So guys, this is my Traxxas build. As you can see, I've got a Firebird body here. I'm just getting it mounted on. I just want to show you guys real quick how I do this. So if I look in the back here, I got this sprinkler, or not sprinkler, fucking like an antenna on top of the body. I'm just gonna lightly line that up with that pro line on that. That should be half. And then if we just kind of take a gander over the top, that looks about right to me. So then I'll grab, I should have a black Sharpie. I'll just go ahead very carefully mark these rear holes. And then what I'll do is I'll grab my drill, which is right here. And the back, I don't want to do this big, I don't think. Oh, that's too small. No, we're going to run with this one. We're going to run with this bit. Off real quick, guys. Also very carefully. Sure, it's nice and smooth there. Go ahead, set it back on top. So as you can see there, body's sitting pretty even in the back. Now I got the front kind of line up. So there we go. And it helps if you straighten out your front wheel so you can kind of see. Very Sharpie out. But like right there to me looks very good. Go like right there. So take the tip. Once again, get a couple dots on here. Very careful. I suggest you guys, if you are using drill bits to do this, you be very careful. Don't end up going through your hand. So there we go. Perfect. That's what you want. All lined up on there. Looks good. Now I'll take it. I'll wash it out quick and then I'll be back and I'll show you what I do next. So guys, now that we got that all done, it's not fully cut out. I'm not going to fully cut this one out. I'm going to paint it first, which is something I usually really never do. Usually I cut them all the way out first. But the problem is with the way my slash is set up is that front mounting piece doesn't go down like I like it to. So the body's all cleaned out. Make sure we don't knock nothing into it, and I will blow it out again before I do it again. But so now we got our window mask. It's up to you if you put on window masks or not. I like to use window masks, just personal. Some people like clear windows, some don't. You want to very carefully sometimes this can kind of be a pain. This is a Jcconcepts buddy. And if I'm being honest with you, I like pro-line masks a lot more than the Jcconcept ones. So as you can see, when I did that, I got it way too far over. This one's kind of being a bugger. Usually I'm hard to make. Guys, just be careful you're sending your body in. Crap on that. Make sure your stuff's cleaned off and make sure your hands are clean while you're doing this. And be careful about how many times you're pulling these off and putting them back on. So there we go. It's a lot easier for me if I hold it. So there you go. Just make sure your edges are pushed all the way down. As you can see, like if you got bubbles in the middle, it's not gonna hurt anything, but your edges are pushed down. That looks very good. You can kind of see that there. So there we go. So that's how I do my mask. The sides, side windows are a lot easier to do because they're not as big. So basically just take, I like to start from the back personally. Set it on there, and I'm happy with it. I have to put it down just like that, first try. So there's the side mask on. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna finish up masking this body and then we'll be back. Okay, so now we're gonna go over into my other room I have here. And we're gonna do some painting. I'm gonna show you how I paint my bodies. We are just doing this one solid color. It's not gonna be anything too special, but for an easy painting tutorial, that's what's best to do. I do have liquid mask, but we're not gonna be using this for this project. I'm gonna give it one more wipe out, and then we'll go start painting. Okay, so the color we're gonna be using today is Sky Solid Blue, or Solid Sky Blue from Spastic. Just make sure you can paint spraying freely. Now what I like to do is I just take it really easy. My first coat. I go around the outside. And then I'll come in, I'll do the front end. Just keep my edge your first one. You just need to put light coats on. You don't need to go do nothing too crazy. If you start doing crazy stuff, that's when you wreck your bodies. And as you can see, you can already kind of get an idea of what color the body is going to be, and it looks awesome. So we'll go ahead, we'll set this aside, we'll let it sit about 15 minutes, I'll set a timer, and then I'll be back to paint another coat. Okay, so I'm back, I got the body here, I let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. We're going to go ahead and we're going to throw another coat on. I'm going to do the same exact thing I did before, just go around the edges. Now a second coat, you can do a little bit thicker since the paint has something to grab onto, it's not going to be able to run as easy. But still, be careful about how thick of coats you are doing. Now keep in mind, just go around the edges first. Now let's do the middle of the body. Sorry guys, I know you can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm going to coat on here, just be careful to not make it runny. So then, we go ahead, put it down, and we'll let it sit in another 15 to 20 minutes, and we'll be back to throw one more coat on it. Alright guys, so this is going to be our third coat on this body. It's going to do the same thing over again. Go up the sides. Back side here. That should already be done. One more quick coat. Now let's go through the middle again. go. Now I'm happy with that. I'm going to let it sit another 15 to 20 minutes again. And then we'll come back and we're going to throw one last coat on it and then we'll start doing the darker shade. Alright guys, so once again I'm back. It's been another 15 minutes. The paint is still a little wet, that is fine. We're going to do one more coat on this thing. And then we're going to let it sit for about an hour. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do our dark coat on top. Paint. Start with the sides again. Get it back quick. I'll just get these sides again one more time. And now we're going to go down the center and do the center. So as you can hear, I'm running out of paint. So I'm not going to open another can. It's looking pretty good where I got it. So what I'm going to do, this can's going to go in the garbage. We're going to let it sit for about an hour, and then we'll come back and we'll paint the darker shade over the top of it to darken up the color and make sure it's not see-through. So I'll be right back, guys. Alright, so once again I'm back. We got the body here. We got some high gloss ultimate back lacquer for this is from Mirror Chrome, but I mean it'll work. It's not gonna matter. We're just gonna start spraying. As you can see, it'll lay on pretty thick. And when I do black backer, I try to do a little bit thinner coats, but thicker, if that kind of makes sense. I'll show you in a minute what I mean. But as you can see, I'm just kind of spraying it on. Here it is, guys. Here is the finished project. I'm just going to very carefully spin it for you all to see. It looks absolutely amazing. Just all in one color. I did put the black STRC rings on the rear wheels to kind of match the body better instead of having red. But there it is, guys. That body is done, and we are going to be racing it tomorrow. So tune in to see those videos.